This week on the show, we're featuring Hessonite, topaz under the microscope cap, cord splitter on Why'd I Buy That, 7 new jokes, and a spice rack full of good times. Spice rack worth of good times. Yeah, we're getting the hang of this again, sort of. Gotta have a joke though. Gotta have an opening joke. Let's see. I went through a lot of my old jokes, and so there's going to be some of those sprinkled in. Don't judge a book by its cover, unless it's a book about the best way to. Don't judge a book by its cover, unless it's a book about the best way to make a book cover. Then you should judge it by its cover. That's probably a good way to go about that. Okay. Hi, Colette. Still don't like how Streamlabs doesn't feature the video until it gets rolling for like, what are we, like 10 seconds in? Still not loaded. There. 10 whole seconds. Why does it take that long? I even had it loaded up at, okay. So this is the stone, and in the corner is the finished product. Hey, you're back. Me, you are friggin' back. Back in the saddle. I'm trying to keep this chat thing skinny enough that it doesn't get in the way, but I want it to be long enough that people can read it. Okay, yeah, that'll work. Looks better cut. Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, you can kind of see the shape that it's gonna be from the start, but it's hard to determine that because, like, take for example right now, it's got that big divot in the middle. I'm not sure exactly where we're going with it or how far down we're going with it. You know, it is a little bit of a softer stone. Hessonite is a garnet, and garnet used to be used to make sandpaper before the oxide powders that we use nowadays. What's up, the good herb? Bodega. Welcome back to another week of cutting some stones. How hard am I? I'm so hard I cut stones. How hard are we? We're pretty hard, aren't we? I mean, it depends on if the ladies are asking. Garnets come in different colors. That is correct. I want to get some more green garnets. I really like the molly garnets and the green garnets and such. Hey, Jeffrey Allen, 3796. It's got his number on there and everything. So ladies, if you want to give Jeffrey Allen a call, dial 3796 and give him a call today. How's it going, man? Did you ever do that opal tooth thing that you were like working on? I thought that was pretty cool. I did a piece of opal last week and it had me thinking about it. Notice the garnet in the video is dark. My birthstone is ruby. It works well. Oh, that's great. That's cool. Is it like Australian opal? Ethiopian opal? Is it, I think there's Nevada opal. Maybe that's just wishful thinking. The garnet in the video is darker than the one than it looks in the picture. And what was interesting to me is that it was actually dark when I got done cutting it, but wearing it, and I've worn it a lot. Actually, this is my gem that I've been actually like wearing. I didn't wear gems for the longest time. I just carried them around in my pocket like a pirate. You know, I drop uncommon loot, and I literally have dropped some stones. That's not what the plan was. The point is that I wore this around and it actually got lighter. I kind of like the orange of it too, because I wear it with a blue shirt and then it's like the Bears. Orange and blue. You know? Do garnets fracture easily? No, they are actually pretty soft. That's one of the reasons that I wear it so much, is because it's a stone, so it breaks, but it's a pretty soft stone, so it can absorb some smacks. Like I'll hop down to look at something and it'll hit the ground, and before you know it, it's like, oops. Australian black opal, and Cooper PD opal also. Oh, cool! So you got a couple of them. That's awesome. And you can switch them out, right? Nevada has opal in the northwestern corner. I knew they had opal in Nevada. That just makes too much sense. Peacock Valley. I bet they got some nice peacock opal. I got a list of ongoing list of funny words. Like bustier. That's just, the idea is that these words, when you say them, it's hard to say them when you're serious, when you're like arguing with someone, when you're like really fighting or arguing or trying to stand your ground or something like that. You're probably not going to use the word bustier. And it's the same thing with the word peacock. It's just too funny of a word, like sausage or orifice. I don't know where I have that list of funny words, but they're out there somewhere. Oh, one other thing is that I wanted to mention that with the gem, and it doesn't show up as much in the picture, but it will under the microscope cam. I'll show that here in a second. I gotta find that one. Let's pull up the microscope cam. There's some like roots down at the bottom. You'll see them in the video a little bit here and there. And I left those roots there. I was going to get rid of them. It's the matrix. It's part of the stuff that makes up the garnet. And I left them in there just to show it's a natural gem. Let's pull up the live stream. Camera feature. Turn on the camera. There we go. USB camera. And I'll show it under the scope. Ooh. Yeah, the roots are kind of visible. Not in the way that I thought, but in the way of like, them being... No, it's not too early. It's too forgetfully. I don't remember my jokes. Friggin' forgot them already. How could I do that? Let's see. Here's a joke for you. The Good Herb Bodega. You ready for one? It was an early joke. You know it's a vintage porno if the dicks have sideburns. And especially if they have a handlebar mustache. And you gotta grab hold somehow. I mean, it's one thing to have a handlebar mustache, but it's another thing to have a brake pedal goatee. Just kind of riffing. Riffing on it. Rifting. Oh, there we go. Hey! Alright. So anyways, here's the, people trip on the black opal with green and blue sparkles. I mean, it's pretty cool. Sidebirds will never be seen the same. Well, they can be subscribed to. See, here's the roots that I left in the bottom of it. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to grind those out because, one, it would make the gem a lot smaller, and two, it kind of adds a little bit of character. And I made it really thin because it's so dark, but I wanted it to show, and then rather than just flatten off the back and make a window, I wanted it to kind of have like a gem facetiness to it. Boy, it's gotten dirty. I've worn this thing through a lot, and so it does kind of show light through it. And I'm gonna have to take it and clean it. Yikes. But I wanted some big playful edge facets, and then I wanted to leave that natural root down on the bottom there. It just kind of makes for a, you know, nice little orangey gem. It's got a little bit of that gemness to it, the facetingness to it. And it's, I mean, it's a dude's gem. I can just throw it on, got a gem. And the cool thing about it is the ladies will be like, hey, and so many times they'll be like, hey, I like your necklace. And I'm like, oh, I made it myself. Check out my Instagram. How are you on Facebook? Blah, blah, connection. Oh, it's so much fun. I love chatting gems with people. Okay, that's I was going to show the topaz under the microscope. That's what I was going to do, because this has got like some inclusions in it and some cleavage in it, but it's pretty cool. I just cut both of these corners down to match. I gotta straighten one up though. I gotta take this over to the 1000 grit and straighten these up. But other than that, this is a cool little topaz. I'm actually pretty excited about it. I'm gonna give this one to Gladys, I think. I don't know. I don't have time to finish her sapphire, and I want to give her a necklace. But look at the flare I got out of that. So I think I'm gonna feature this one next week. It's gonna be a nice little gem to get into. And then I've got this peridot. We can look at it a little bit better, but I need to put some water on it. And I was gonna show this one under the microscope cam, but I'm like, it's not done enough yet. It's got some little rainbow discs in it. Yeah, there's the rainbows. So we'll look at this one under the microscope cam a little bit better next week. It should be polished up. It's getting closer to being done. It's going to be cool. Nice little green. I like peridot. Not the best green, but it'll be a neat little stone. Okay, so why did I buy that? What did I buy? I bought something. Oh, I bought a cord splitter. I thought this one was interesting because there's a lot of different cord splitters to choose from. And in this particular instance, I was buying extension cords and cord splitters. And really, I just needed to hook up 2 lights. And I'm like, all right, I can get the cord with the cord splitter on it. But if I do that, I don't have the option to not have a splitter. And then there's that heavy end, and it always gets tangled up. And then on top of it, like if it goes bad or something, I don't know. It was just like, I wanted to have the option to remove the splitter. And I know there's an extra connection there, but that wouldn't really give me a problem. Not in the, I was using it for lighting purposes. I was using it to hook up a couple of spotlights, so I just needed it to split into two, and most of the splitters split it into three. So I was like, okay, we'll go ahead and get one of the splitters that we plug on, and it was the same price as, you know, if I buy a cord and a splitter and plug it together, it's the same price as buying the cord with the splitter on it. I mean, it's basically, we're talking pennies. And so I went ahead and I got the splitter that's a lighted splitter. I love a good lighted cord, because when I'm plugging in to various outlets in places, who knows if it's going to turn on or not. And there's a good chance I might throw the breaker. Just saying. I've done that before. Whoops. So that's one of the reasons that I bought a lighted splitter. And, well, that's a lot of reasons that I bought a lighted splitter. I don't know what I'm saying. Where are we at anyways? Video number 2, 4 minutes long, which means we got about 4 minutes to tell some jokes. Have you ever bought a cord splitter? And why did you buy it? The one that lights, yeah, I like it when it lights up too. When I saw that in extension cords, I was like, this is the way to go. This is the new way to live. Because a lot of times I'm trying to find something to plug into an outlet to see if it's on or not. And then I can just use the extension cord to test it out. It's so handy. And I am so handsy. That's why I shape gems with my hands. How's it going? What do we got in terms of jokes? Anything? I think I gave you guys my best joke this week already. Actually, I was thinking about how I was raised Catholic, and I was telling Mother Nature, I was on Mother Nature's panel last night, and she's doing awesome. I'm so proud of her. She's got a new channel on Kick. It's like a streaming service that pays right out of the box. And so I'm like, I should be over on. But if you guys go over to kick.com/Mother Nature, you'll find her. It's totally a thing. It's definitely worth checking out, because it was good to see her again. And she was talking about baptisms. That's what it was, getting baptized. And I was like, so I grew up Catholic, and for those who don't know, in the Catholic Church, we go to church and we stand up and then we sit down. And then we stand up and then we sit down. And we kneel down and we sit down. We stand up, we kneel down, we stand up, we kneel down, we sit, we stand, we kneel, we stand. I feel like I'm doing calisthenics. And like one time I went to a church without all that, and I started getting restless leg. So I'm thinking about, why am I Catholic? And it seems like, Catholic is like the original church. It's like all the other churches split off from the Catholic Church. And so I'm thinking that's why I'm trying to understand, because I was talking to Gene Kim about why do I think that the Catholic Church is the most potent. It's like Catholic seems like the espresso. Maybe it's because Catholic Church is so strict, and they're so like strict with the rules and everything. It makes it seem like it's the most potent of the churches. It's like the espresso of not sinning, or it's the espresso of churches. And with the sin and I definitely need something potent. So we're kind of working on that one, and I'm trying to roll that over into the only thing that confuses me about being Catholic is that when you get baptized, they just pour a little bit of water on you. You know, maybe it's because you're a baby or something like that, but there's just a little bit of water. You know, you go to the Baptist church and they dunk your whole body in the pool, and I'm thinking I need a little bit more than that. I mean, as bad as I am, or if you look at my dating history, I think I need to go a little bit further than getting my body dunked. I need to be baptized with a power washer. Maybe I should be baptized with a fire hose. Something kind of like that. I don't know. Should I go with the fire hose? A lot of Mother Nature on kick. Um, let's see. I think I'm gonna have to get the link and post it in there. Come back next week. We'll post the link because I grabbed it last night. Another thing I was thinking of, and I don't know if I can do this joke or not, but it's like, I know that women wear makeup to change the look of their face, the look of their age, but is there a makeup to change the look of their mood? I don't know. There's no joke in there either. I wrote that down as a note because Alan Orchid was on Jeannie's open mic and she was talking about some purse that cost $40,000, and I was like, at that price, I would just get a regular purse and then buy a price gun and price gun out a $40,000 sticker and put on there and be like, I paid $40,000 for my purse too. Work on it some more. It's called Sleep That Changes the Mood. Oh man, that's a could we could all use some of that. You know, Jeffrey, I have actually been trying to take pictures of me while I sleep because I want to remember the good times. Just throwing that one out there. Let's see. Oh, I do have a few pickup lines. I'm gonna see if I can pull this up and show you guys. I wouldn't mind showing you guys this. Let's see if I can actually. I should probably just make this like available for you guys to download or something. I don't know. I got some stickers that I made. Because I went through this whole thing where I'm like, oh, I should make some stickers, some promotional stickers with a QR code. But nobody clicks on QR codes, right? So maybe what I should do is I gotta have brand recognition. So I'll put, you know, my YouTube channel, my other YouTube channel, Iowa Jacob, and then I'll put my face on there. So I got some pictures of me doing stand up, and then I'll put a joke on each one of them. But since most of these stickers are going to go up in bars, because that's where most of the place where I can put stickers is at, then I'll just put like pickup lines on them. How's that? You know? Okay, let's see. Done. Boom. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So I got pickup lines on my stickers. Are you a pizza? Because I want to top you with my pepperoni. Are you a hot and sandy desert? Because you're making me thirsty. Does your fridge have Netflix? Because I want to Netflix and chill. Are you a spice rack? Because you look like you love a good time. Because you look like you know a good time. Maybe I should put that, I don't know. Are you a rabbit? Because I want to go down your hole. Do you like baseball? Because I want to show you my ball game. So anyways, that's my set of pickup stickers right now. And I've been kind of adding to the list of those pickup lines as I go. And let's see, these are jokes I've done before. The casino asked me if I was using loaded dice. I said they've had a couple drinks, but I wouldn't call them loaded. Um, Thinking about making a video game called Small Talk, where you earn points by navigating conversations in places like elevators, standing in line at the gas station, bumping into your neighbors, and for the challenge round, at the bank when you're single and the teller is attractive. Let's see. Tires are so expensive. It's highway rubbery. That one's fired. Okay. I I keep seeing a bunch of news about flock cameras, and I'm not sure. I mean, I get that they're like videotaping people on the road, but I think they call them flock cameras because they're not trying to study cars. They're trying to study chickens. It's called a flock camera because they're trying to find out why the chicken crossed the road. I mean, actually I already know why the chicken crossed the road. It's because you left the coop open. You got to close it at night. That's why. And then they won't go out and they won't cross the road. Okay. I don't know. That one's weird because I'm like angry at somebody. I'm not usually angry. Sometimes I am. I came up with this idea to make a phone with lips so people can kiss my apps. So negative. Mm. What do vampires eat for dessert? Blood sugar. You remember those jokes? Yeah, from back in the day. What what lizard is the best at keeping time? A crocodile. It's terrible. Horrible jokes. Absolutely awful. If I trip on a cord, does that count as a power trip? See, those jokes are awful. Um, oh, yeah. Lube is for losers. I use trophy polish. No? Okay. I think we should end on that on that one. I try to end on a good one, but I don't have anything this week. I mean, that's what that calling it morning wood assumes I get up in the morning. I'm just gonna start calling it afternoon nap wood. Um, and I think I'm also gonna call it. Wait, where? Nope, wrong folder. Okay. You know what else I'm gonna call it? I'm gonna call it Jacob can't find his files anymore. Okay. I'm gonna call it the joke portion of the program. The chicken crossed the road to get free food. I'll get it on video. Okay, that's what you should do is post a little reel that says, "This is why the chicken. We finally discovered why the chicken crossed the road." Actually, Jeffrey, I figured out why the chicken crossed the road. It's to chase down the Easter bunny for stealing her eggs. 710 is oil upside down. I'm glad that you come by 710 because I forget that. And, your profile name reminds me. There you go, buddy. You made it just in time for the show. You missed the best joke, though. You know it's a vintage porno when the dicks have sideburns. And then we got to do that handlebar mustache thing. I mean, it's especially vintage if they have a handlebar mustache. I mean, you got to have something to grab while you're riding. Of course, it gets a little weird if it's got a brake pedal goatee. That I don't know. We're working on that one. We're working on these. They're fresh. They're new. We're getting fresh, and we're trying something new. I love you guys. I love you all. I'm glad you all made it to the show. And we'll do it again next week and every week at 9 p.m. Eastern. You guys have a wonderful week. I'll see you next time.